Hello, all of you. Here we begin the topic, that is income tax authorities. There are two ways of studying this. Either this is to be done very first, why? And we have already done it. Go and check your first chapter, that is the assessment procedure, and all the income tax authorities table is given over there and explained also. Second time, we again referred and talked about it in case of survey and search. Because when we are doing survey search, so and so authority will go door to door survey. He has got a power scope. So we should know the hierarchy. When we are doing assessment procedure, we should know the hierarchy. So today is the third time income tax authorities chapter. We are doing that with one or two extra questions which are asked. How to decide the jurisdiction of the AO, the jurisdiction of the SSE, and so on. Okay. And the reason of taking this little late is, now if I discuss what are the powers of the commissioner, because in every chapter you have seen, I say this will be done by higher authorities. So what are their powers? And few places they can guide. Their instructions can be asked for, but finally assessment is done by the AO only. Followed? So it's not that whenever you go to higher authority, forget it ki niche wale kya bol rahe. So many places even they can guide and direct. The principal commissioner, the commissioner, principal director general, and all, but they cannot do the assessment. So let us see what our income tax authorities means. From our side, we are the SSE. From department side, what is the hierarchy? Who is reporting to whom? Who is controlling whom? And how it works. Okay, right. So here we begin with income tax authorities. Okay. And then you have the appointment, who will appoint the income tax authorities, who will control, what are the powers of the CBDT, jurisdiction of the income tax authorities, jurisdiction of the AO, power to transfer the cases, succession of the income tax authorities, means if the case is transferred from one AO to another, what will be the power? Can the SSC say, nahi, apna wo unki baat alag thi, aap to pehle se hi suno karo, and all that. And here also, faceless, all it is going now, jurisdiction and all. Okay. So under the Ministry of Finance, we have two departments, CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes, under which income tax is there, and CIBIC. Earlier it was CBEC, wohi naam nikalta hai abhi bhi. Central Board of Excise and Custom tha CBEC. Now it has become CIBIC. That is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, which is governing GST and Custom. So CIBIC ko to side mein chhod do. CBDT has two departments. Yes, what are the departments of CBDT? Investigation department and assessment department. Investigation department, it does all the background work. Raid ke pehle bhi they collect all the data. 147 mein they have got the reason why we should not issue you a notice in 148. You have escaped, you have undershown this income, you have overshown this. So they will do all that work. Assessment will be done by assessment department. So I want all of you to give numbering. There are 12 people in the hierarchy. The first one is CBDT. Now in assessment wing, the highest authority is PCCIT, Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Learn the name, PCCIT. Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Below the Principal Commissioner is Chief Commissioner. Below the Chief Commissioner is Principal Commissioner. Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. Commissioner of Income Tax and Commissioner Appeals. Commissioner of Income Tax and Commissioner Appeals. फिर से CBDT. Below CBDT, first you have Principal Chief Commissioner, then Chief Commissioner, Principal Commissioner, below that CIT Commissioner, And CIT appeals is separate actually, but they also are like doing the assessment, no? The first person to whom the AO or the department goes, AO nahi jayega, sorry, SSC jayega is Commissioner Appeals. So kahan tak hua? Fir se ek baar. Principal Chief Commissioner, Chief Commissioner, Principal Commissioner, Commissioner. And now AO. All these are called as assessing officer. But in that, in the hierarchy, you have additional commissioners and joint commissioner. They are usually called as ACDC, AC and JC. Additional commissioner and joint commissioner. Assistant commissioner and deputy commissioner. This is additional commissioner. This is assistant commissioner. Farak hai dono mein. Additional commissioner and joint. You remember DRP and all few cases there is a power to join commissioner that he can call for all the information ki kya chal raha hai, SSC ye bol raha hai, aap kya kar rahe ho, and he can assess, call for information, and he can give his guidelines. Are his guidelines binding on the AO? Answer is yes, all that we have seen. Then assistant commissioner and deputy commissioner. Before that, income tax authority. Before that, tax recovery officer and inspector of income tax, the lower authorities. TROs. TROs हमने देखे थे ना? TRO will make a certificate कि इतना इतना पैसा आना है, so and so person is not even responding to best judgment. Chalo, now let us sell his asset and do and all that. Chalo. Tell me, is the hierarchy clear? Highest authority governing Income Tax Act 1961 बनाने वाले चले गए. So who is governing the act in India? CBDT. CBDT is, you know, like council. They have members of different areas, 6 members and chairman and all. आएगा भी. So CBDT is 1. Then we have Principal Chief Commissioner. Below that, Chief Commissioner. Below that, Principal Commissioner. Once again, check the hierarchy. First one is what? CBDT. Below them is Principal Chief Commissioner, Chief Commissioner. Below that is Principal Commissioner, PCIT, and CIT, Commissioner of Income Tax. Parallelly with the Commissioner is working as Commissioner Appeals. When we are aggrieved by the AO's order, the first person where we file the appeal is the Commissioner Appeals. There, if we lose, we go to tribunal. There, if we win, department can go to High Court. There, if we lose, we can go to Supreme Court. There, stop, full stop. So that and this you can link. Another way is, instead of going to Commissioner Appeals, and sometimes frankly Commissioner Appeals time is over, 60 days from the order, then only way out left with the SSC is 263, 264. He can directly go for revision of order under section 264. Okay, right. 263 mein income can be increased and all, but 264 is in the side of the SSC. You cannot increase income, at the most you can decrease. So this is how it is done. See their names. Central Board of Direct Taxes. Acha. Now, one thing I have explained you, dear students, everything from the left hand side. Now, right hand side is our investigation department. Here, Principal Chief Commissioner, Principal Director General. Chief Commissioner, Director General. Principal Commissioner, Principal Director. Are you getting? Same. Commissioner of Income Tax, Director. Additional Commissioner, Additional Director. Joint Commissioner, Joint Director. Assistant Commissioner, Assistant Director. Deputy Commissioner, Deputy Director. So this side we call all directors and they are responsible for inquiry and details. Okay? CBDT, Principal Director and Additional Directors and all that. Who are the assessing officers out of this? ACJC, this ACNDC and ITUs. Who will appoint the income tax authority? Central government. Central government will appoint, they have those exams and from there they are picked up, and then how they get trained, the hierarchy increases. Central government may authorize the board of principal director or chief commissioner or director to appoint income tax authorities below the rank of assistant and deputy commissioner. So higher authorities ko kaun appoint karega? Central government. And then they give power to these higher authorities. These four are called as higher authorities generally. Sometimes this also. So these higher authorities are, asked to appoint. Higher authorities will appoint them. The inspectors and all. All income tax, very quickly we will complete this. This is the important part, I'll tell you. All income tax authorities in this may appoint such executive or staff as may be necessary. Lower staff they can appoint. Control over income tax authorities. The board by official gazette direct that income tax authorities shall be subordinate to such income tax authorities. They will make the hierarchy board. You will report to him, you will report to him, you will report to him, and so on. CBDT is a statutory authority functioning under the CBDT Revenue Act 1963. As I said earlier, it was one Central Board of the Revenue Act. Then direct tax, indirect tax became vast, na? Service tax bhi aaya, GST bhi tha, custom tha, excise, bahut. So then they segregated CBDT for direct taxes and CBEC for custom in 1964. And then again, the CBDT continued and CBEC changed recently to civic. So now Central Board of Direct Taxes has 6 members and a chairman. Member income tax, member legislation, member personal, member investigation, member revenue, and member audit. Clear to all of you? Member income tax, legislation, personal, investigation, revenue, and audit, and a chairman, like that. What are the powers of the CBDT? This can be asked as theory question, and actually just this chapter is finishing in 5 pages. Then I have given some gist questions from scanner. If you feel like read it, leave it. I felt they can ask because in scanners they have given that extra. Powers of the CBDT. Instructions to subordinate authorities. That's the first thing. The board may from time to time give all the instructions, how they will do the working day to day, except no orders or instructions shall be issued so as to require any income tax authority to make a particular assessment or particular. CBDT cannot, poke or disturb the assessment procedure for a particular SSE or particular case, so as to interfere with the description of commissioner appeals in excise or function. However, they can give administrative instruction. See, CBDT is like seniors in the house, grandfather, of course, with what due respect. But they don't say don't go for late night parties and all, no. They say, okay, dekho jao beta jaldi aa jana. So like that, the CBDT doesn't have a power to interfere in a particular case or in a particular SSE and do. This is a nice thing, and they can ask you case study based question here. Mark it. Is my reading speed fine? You all are following or not? Sure. Next. Issue general or special order to the subordinate. The order he may issue from time to time if it considers necessary. Such order may be by way of relaxation. CBDT ko kafi powers hai to relax the interest, waive off the penalties and all that. So provisions of 139, 143, best judgment, income escaping, 210, 234, ye sab, penalties, all powers they have got to reduce it. Such orders may be in respect of any class of income or classes. Such order must not be prejudicial to the SSE. and such order act as guidelines, principles, or procedures to be followed by other income tax authorities in the work relating to assessment or collection of revenue and all. Any such order may, if the board is of opinion that necessary in the public interest, so do be published and circulated in the prescribed manner for general information. So what is the first power? To instruct the subordinate, to issue general or special orders, admit application or claim after the expiry date. You know, whenever they give time limit for application and all, if the higher authorities feel so, they may give extra time instead of 6 months, 7 months, and so on. So that order they can pass. Relaxation and requirement of provisions of chapter 4A. You know what is chapter 4A? पूरा income tax 14 से सैलरी का चार्जेबिलिटी सेक्शन क्या है 15 और 59 means income from other sources. So 5 heads are saying this is allowed, this is not allowed, they can relax it. Or 80A to 80U deductions where SSC has failed to comply with requirement, okay, then the board may relax the requirement. It's not कि they will say नहीं आपके लिए allowed है या नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं. But whenever like you take 80C to 80U deduction, you need PPF, this, that. So if genuinely some documents are missing and all, they might allow that. Okay. Reason for issuing the order will be recorded. Board can issue order if it is desirable or expedient to do so, avoiding genuine hardship. Such order can be issued subject to following conditions. The default in complying with the requirement was due to the circumstances beyond the control of the SSC. And SSC has complied with such requirement before the completion of the assessment. Central government shall cause every order issued under this clause to be laid before each parliament, and an order circular all cannot, this one is nice. An order circular instruction which is given in 109 CBDT cannot override the provisions of the act. Star market, and this is obviously yes, no. CBDT is governing that. Can they override the act itself? Answer is no. Okay? So the board may by general or special order relax any requirement or issue general or special order or issue subordinate authorities order. These are the powers. Now, jurisdiction of income tax authorities. Okay, where shall I file my return? Which ward it will come, under whose jurisdiction, you know, area. How the police stations are decided, do you know? Like every area, our area has like OU police station and this Nalakunta police station, like this, you know, area wise we have like that. On what basis income tax authorities will decide their jurisdiction? Let us see. Income tax authority shall exercise all or any powers or perform function assigned to such authorities in accordance with the directions. Directions of board may authorize any income tax authority to issue orders in writing for exercise of the powers. The board or authorized income tax authority may have one or more criteria. You know what are those criteria? Territorial areas. Territorial areas, that is PIN code. So according to your PIN code, your jurisdiction will be decided. Income tax authorities ka. Person or class of the person. You know, some AOs are very smart to handle the returns of HUF. Some are smart in dealing with the LLPs. So they get that kind of assessment only. Income or classes of income. Few are very smart in salaried income. Few are very smart in computing capital gain. Kabhi bhi. Capital gain ke liye fair market value, this, that, quickly they calculate and do. Sometimes the cases or classes are decided according to like doctors, engineers, lawyers. अभी आजकल इसमें बहुत categories चल रही, जैसे builders. Add on karo ye. Builders. So if all the builders are with this ITO, all the doctors are, ऐसे भी हो सकता है, or income or class. So who is going to do the assessment on that side? Not where you will file the return. So board may authorize income tax authorities to decide their jurisdiction under section 120 according to territorial area, according to class of person, class of income, and cases or class of cases. Clear? All examples are clear? The board may, by general or special order and subject to conditions, restrictions and limitations, authorize and assign them to do. ये कुछ important नहीं है. जो नहीं है उसको पढ़ने में भी time waste मत करो, ठीक है? I have given as a full material, but I can understand how vast unnecessarily reading, where it is necessary or appropriate for the proper management with more one income tax authorities can be conferred. Yes, whenever required, they can give keynote for this SSC, you also, and you go together and do. Board may direct that for the purpose of furnishing return or doing any other work or thing or under this act or rule made thereunder, income tax authorities and performing the powers and functions shall be such authority may be specified in the notification. So they can guide, you know. तो अब jurisdiction of income tax authorities कैसे decide होगा, clear है? Either it is based on the territorial areas, PIN code, or class of the person, or class of the income, and like that. Now, the board may direct that for the purpose of furnishing return or doing or any other act or rule made thereunder, they may exercise. Now, jurisdiction of the AO, ये भी important है. Where the AO has been vested with the jurisdiction over any area within the limits. Now, once the AO has got his jurisdiction, he shall have jurisdiction in respect of any person carrying on business or profession. If the kahan pe, if the place at which such person carries on business or profession is situated, okay, so main place of business. And if there are more than one place, then principal place. And sometimes the AO is looking after the returns where the person is retired or she's a housewife. तो उसका तो कोई place of business नहीं है. Then in respect of any other person, his jurisdiction will be decided based on the area where person is residing. Clear or not? So how the jurisdiction of income tax authorities is decided? जो higher authorities हैं, you know, like some commissioners are in charge only of the charitable trust. उनको बोलते हैं charitable trust को देखो, they are filing the return or not, they are not taking undue advantage of ATGs and all. So that's how they are categorized. When it is coming to AO, AO's jurisdiction will be fixed in respect of the person who is doing business or profession in his area, or there are too many places of business, depot yahan hai, stock wahan hai, go down wahan hai, then principal place, or in respect of any other person residing within that area. Okay, where question arises as to whether an assessing officer has jurisdiction to assess any person, the question shall be determined by the higher authorities, principal director general or director or chief commissioner. अगर doubt है AO के jurisdiction में. Cases where question is one relating to area with the jurisdiction of different higher authorities like principal director and all that, not in agreement with the board. They will notify whether they are in agreement. Yeah, this one is asked in exam. ये ठीक है यार, for reading कर दो मुझसे. Fourth के question आते हैं, jurisdiction से related they are asking question. No person shall be entitled to call in question the jurisdiction of the AO where he has made a return after the expiry of 1 month from the date on which he was served notice, or after the completion of assessment, whichever is earlier. You got a notice, you filed your return, Your assessment is done. Now you cannot question the AO कि AO को मेरा power था या नहीं मेरे area में, followed or not, where he has made no such return after the expiry of time allowed in the notice to file the return, yeah, or for making return in the 144 best judgment to show cause why assessment should not be completed. So best judgment, you filed the return, your assessment is done, now don't question the AO. Or you didn't file the return, then till the time best judgment is done, that's the time when return. AO's jurisdiction can be questioned. Where an action has been taken under 132 or 132A, that raid, after the expiry of 1 month from the date on which he was served notice, or after the completion of assessment. So once the raid case is done, they are given notice that you have to file a return again, no, in raid cases. So after the notice is done or assessment is done, you cannot issue the question the jurisdiction of the AO. Clear in all the three cases. No person shall be entitled to call in question the jurisdiction of the AO where he has made a return after the expiry of 1 month from the date on which he was served notice, or after the completion of assessment, whichever is earlier, or where he has not made the return after the expiry of time allowed, or where an action has been taken under 132 or 32 after expiry of 1 month. तो तीनों cases में या तो return भर दिया, assessment हो गया, now don't question. Or if you have not filed the return but the best judgment time is done, or in case of raid and all, already you have got now the order to file the return and assessment is done, you cannot. Where an SSE calls in question the jurisdiction of AO, then AO, if not satisfied with correctness of claim, refer the matter for determination before the assessment is made. If the SSE calls in question the jurisdiction of AO, then the AO shall, if not satisfied with the correctness of claim, refer the matter for determination before the assessment is made. Assessment nahi hua hai, to they can question. Every AO shall have all the powers conferred under this act or in respect of occurring within area, if any, over which he has the jurisdiction. So in his area, he has got the power for all the people who are doing business in his area, and some people are not doing business in his area, but they are residing in his area. So all that AO ke under aayega. ठीक है? What is the gist of these last three questions we have discussed? What are the powers of the CBDT? To give specific instructions, guidance, but they cannot tell them to dispose of a specific case in specific way, admit application, relaxations in the requirement and all. Jurisdiction, income tax authorities का 4 area पे depend होगा, और AO का where the place and all is there. And you cannot question the AO's jurisdiction if your return is already filed and assessment is done. Okay, can the cases be transferred? Answer is yes. There was a raid in Hyderabad and lot of detail was caught up for my sister. So her case was transferred to the jurisdiction of Maharashtra, where she is residing. And then wahan se they will continue. And if I'm shifting from Hyderabad to Maharashtra, still can my case be transferred? Yes. So the Director General, Chief Commissioner, Commissioner may transfer any case from one AO to another AO. Yes. Such power will be exercised after giving SSE an opportunity of being heard and recording his reason to do so. Where AO from whom the case is transferred and AO to whom the case is transferred are not subordinate. Or where the Commissioner on higher authorities to whom AO are subordinate are in agreement whose jurisdiction case is transferred, they may pass the order. If they are in the same jurisdiction, then to no problem. Such power shall be exercised after giving a reasonable opportunity and recording. Where authorities are not in agreement, order transferring the case may be passed by board or any other higher authority. See, when one authority is transferring the case to another authority, they will give a chance of being heard to the SSE that we are transferring your case, and they will record the reason also thereof. and if they are in the same jurisdiction and if they are satisfied, no problem. If they are not in agreement, then the higher authorities will pass the order. No opportunity we are given to SSC where the transfer is from AO to another AO, and the offices of all offices are situated in the same city and place. Star market. Idhar ke idhar hi, if your case is transferred, no opportunity of being heard is given to SSC where there is a transfer of case from one AO to another, and the offices of all the officers are situated in the same city, locality, or place. Transfer of the case may be made at any stage of the proceedings and shall not render necessary the reissue of any notice already issued by AO from whom the case is transferred. Transfer of case may be made at any stage and shall not be necessary. उसको SSC को वापस से notice, oh, my case was done by A और A तो चल रहा था, now the case has gone to B, तो B से तो मुझे कोई notice नहीं है. Why I should re-notice is not necessary. In fact, I told you, no, the case will continue from where he has left. Transfer of case from one made at any stage and shall not be rendered necessary to reissue notice by AO. Case in relation to person whose name is specified in any order or direction issued mean all proceedings under this act. ठीक है वो. So in short, what you have learned कि whenever cases are transferred in same area, no need of opportunity of being given. Otherwise, you have to give him the opportunity and they will continue from wherever they are. Succession of income tax authorities. Now can be, अभी तो क्या हो रहा था? SSC's case is being shifted. Now, where in respect of proceeding an income tax authority ceases to exercise and another authority takes, the income tax authority may continue proceedings from where he has left. He need not give all notice and all again. Opportunity may demand that before such succeeding reopens previous proceedings or an order of assessment is passed against him. SSC might say, sir, एक बार सुन तो लो पहले क्या हुआ है. He might get, but otherwise he'll continue. He must be given an opportunity of being reheard. Suno pehle se meri baat. However, such opportunity will be given only if concerned SSC demands and not otherwise. Time of view is lost in giving opportunity of being. This is so true. When cases transfer from one ITU to another, the other will continue from there. Nahi to chalte rahega. Same time will go on. Frankly, your portion is over here. I will also complete in 10 minutes. Now, why did I add more pages to it? यहाँ से जो मैंने दिया है ना वो क्या है देखो. What we have studied until now, did you get? I'm repeating because this is little out of the way topic ना. Income tax authority समझ में आया? Principal chief commissioner, principal commissioner. Below that then AC, JC, DC and ITOs and all. Okay, right. What are their powers is clear, but they cannot guide to complete the specific case. Jurisdiction kaise fix hoga? And if the cases are transferred from one person to one ITO to another, the other can continue. Of course, they can give opportunity of being real. From here, I have picked this up from Scanner. In Scanner, so many topics, there are extra material which is not there. And then they are asked in exam. So I felt कि इसको एक बार डिस्कस करना चाहिए. ये हायरार्की तो सबको क्लियर है. Major functions of the Commissioner of Income Tax. You should know one thing, that powers of authorities are overlapping. Okay, these people have this power, but they can give it to lower grade also and they can monitor like that. So what are the major functions of the Commissioner of Income Tax? AO के सबसे ऊपर पहले ये AO के सबसे ऊपर Commissioner of Income Tax. He supervises AO's work. He can revise the order 263, 264 Commissioner. He approves charitable trust. You know, when trust goes for registration that we will work for object of trust, please give us exemption under section 1112. We will not pay any tax, all. They have to get approval from the commissioners. He has the power to waive or reduce the penalty. He is required to grant approval for issue of certain notices and all. He approves provident. You remember or not, in salary chapter we have done. Approved provident fund, approved gratuity fund are fund which are managed by the company but in line with the act. So they are approved by whom? Commissioners of income tax. If commissioner doesn't approve, that fund will become unapproved. And whatever you contribute to unapproved PF and all is not allowed as business expense. Can you correlate? This topic is taught lightly because already we have done in chapters what are the powers. Like if you go and check the trust, commissioner has got a power while registration to approve the registration or not. तो फिर से एक बार, God knows they may ask you straight question कि what are the major functions, huh? So what are the functions of the CIT and all? He supervises the AO, because AO के एकदम immediately CIT है. 263, 264 revision orders he can do. He approves the charitable trust. He has the power to waive or reduce the penalty. He is required to grant approval for the issues of certain notices and all. And he approves provident fund and all. And he can waive off interest under 220. Now, major functions of the chief commissioner above this. Chief commissioner. He supervises the CIT. Commissioner को कौन supervise करेगा? Chief commissioner. He has got power to waive or reduce interest. He is required to grant approval for issue of certain notices. He approves provident fund and he can also reduce. So almost like same powers, but one added on is he can, in hierarchy, he can monitor the commissioners also. Revision of orders कौन करता है? Commissioner of Income Tax. 263 Commissioner of Order, Income Tax Principal Commissioner, he can increase your income department gains. 263 is in the favor of SSE. They can decrease the income or they can affirm कि नहीं income change नहीं होगी. Under what circumstances it is possible for any authority to waive or reduce the interest? Under 220. So under 220, interest will be reduced or waived by chief commissioner or the commissioner if he is satisfied that payment of amount of interest would cause genuine hardship to the SSE. हमने tax recovery chapter में already कर लिया है. Default in payment was due to circumstances beyond the control of the SSE. Some natural calamity, flood, raid, कुछ तो हुआ था जिसके कारण हम नहीं कर पाए. SSE has cooperated in inquiry and proceedings. So whenever this market, very important theory question, 220. Whenever the commissioner of income tax feels that charging the interest would cause genuine hardship, he has cooperated and then things were beyond his control. Raid bhi hua, factory bhi band ho gayi, aag bhi lag gayi, barish bhi hui, to nahi pay kiya interest. He can waive off. All three conditions must be satisfied if they are Qazi and principal, and then he may be. Remedies against the order of the AO. Ab yahan se to it's like starting of the assessment procedure, and assessment procedure का ही link chapter है appeals revisions. तो AO के order के against what is the first step? Rectification of mistake apparent from record. 154 याद है या नहीं? It's like it is apparent from the record कि अरे ये तो गलती हो गई. Can they again rectify 4 years में? Yes. Appeal to CIT. You can appeal to CIT. Revision of CIT, principal CIT. Okay. Income tax authorities which committed the mistake shall rectify mistake by passing rectification order. Then they can go to, after commissioner appeals, ITET. And then order under 264 is final. 264, no one will go directly. We'll go to commissioner appeals, or if commissioner appeals ka time is over, then we will go to 264. Remember this, very important. Otherwise, commissioner appeals, then ITET, then High Court, then Supreme Court. Then appeal to High Court, then Supreme Court. Supreme Court judgment cannot be nullified. It's like an act only. And for an assessment here, either an appeal can be went to commissioner appeals or revision. Commissioner appeals are revision, but once you go for revision, it's dead end. Revision के ऊपर नहीं है, जबकि appeals में गए तो ITET, tribunal, family, like court is there, High Court is there, Supreme Court. And ITET is the last fact-finding authority. Then only if there is a question of law, you can go to High Court and Supreme. Isn't this all revision? We have already done this in assessment procedure. Generally, everyone will file an appeal only. Power of the principal commissioner or the chief commissioner to appoint income tax. ये higher authorities को power है to appoint the lower authorities, that is below the rank of assistant commissioner and all, to direct commissioner and assume the powers of the AO, to transfer case from one or more AO, to make inquiry, to authorize the directors and commissioners to enter any building and all. That power is also given by the principal commissioner, principal chief commissioner. To requisition the books of accounts, power of survey, to collect information. ये याद है सबको? 132A, 133A, power to call for information, anyone examining him on oath, to make inquiry. All these are the powers of higher authorities. Just read it once or twice out of 10 if you remember 5 also. Okay, these are the powers of the principal chief commissioner, that they can appoint the lower authority. They can give the permission to enter a vessel, vehicle, aircraft in raid. They can help you inspect the books, call for information, examine a person on oath, and so on. Beside this, other powers are there. 131, discovery or reopening of assessment, withholding of the refund. You know, when they feel that giving the refund would be prejudicial to the interest of the revenue, they can withhold the refund, set off the refund against arrears, direct the AO to consider appeal to tribunal against the order of the appellate, request the tribunal to High Court to revise an order passed by AO and all that. Power of commissioner appeals. Now this is a separate authority, commissioner appeals. Who can go to commissioner appeals? AO. So commissioner appeals has got the same power because they are going to work on the return filed and assessed by the AO and all. So discovery of the power, evidence and all, 131. Call for information, 133. Call for information by the prescribed authority, 133C. Registers companies के लेके आ जाओ, to set off refund against tax, to dispose of appeal, to impose penalty, and all these are the powers of the commissioner appeals. Joint commissioner, JC को तो DRP वाला power है एक तो. Power regarding evidence and all, these are the same powers for survey, and all these powers you have studied in the chapter search and read cases. JC has got the power. After the 4 years also, they can reopen. Powers of Director General of Income Tax. Okay? In this case, we have already done. This case we have already done in our other chapters, assessment. Still, if you just want to check, Soham were asked by income tax officer to furnish detail of all the tourists stayed in hotels and all. They have not furnished the detail. याद है आपको? Annual specified financial transactions या annual information return में. So 133 भी income tax officer can enter any premises and collect information. And if they don't give this report, then you know there is a penalty of 1,000 rupees. This is not specified financial transaction. Sorry, there so it is 200, 500 per day and 1,000 per day. And specified financial transactions are my transaction. वो withdrawal more than 1 crore या 2 lakh के ऊपर what do you call as foreign travel and all that. This is AIR, annual information, which should go to the department. Assessing officer enters a hotel in respect of the time at 8 PM, whereas hotel time is 9 to 9. So when you can enter for the survey and all, generally sunrise to sunset, and if it is business place, then the time at which, if the hotel is open till 12 PM night, you can also go at 11 o'clock. Hotelier claims that AO could not enter the hotel after sunset. AO wants to take away the books and all. So AO is wrong. He can enter, I mean, say the client is wrong. AO can enter the premises after the sunset till 9 p.m. But then in case of survey, he cannot take the books of accounts. There he is wrong. AOs impart to survey the place of business or profession during which place is open. He is also empowered to collect prescribed information. AO has no right to remove any books of accounts, other documents, cash, stock, or other valuable article that they cannot remove. So they can enter, but AO has got no right to take the books of accounts. And now faceless, hora sub jurisdiction, power to transfer cases, and all that will become faceless, so as to eliminate interference between the interface, not interference. कोई किसी को देख नहीं पाएगा. It's faceless assessment. Income tax authorities optimum utilization of the resources, introducing a team-based exercise, faceless approval of the registration. जो भी whatever registrations you are applying, charitable trust, this registration whole procedure is changed from trust 12A से 12AB हो गया, and now registration is given only for 5 years. So this is all made faceless now. Okay. Rajesh regularly files his return of income electronically while he has been trying to upload his return. This actually, now if I take these questions, these are like overlapping with your assessment procedure also. And this also. दोनों जगह आ जाएगा, तो आपको रेड ये वो पूरे क्वेश्चंस भी याद रखने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है, चलो, let us take it up. Rajesh regularly files his return while uploading his detail. Extended due date, found extremely difficult to do same due to network issue, and ultimately became successful in filing the return on 1st December. So he's late, no? The return contained in the claim is loss. If you don't file the return on time, you're not allowed to carry forward the losses. Rajesh made a request to CBDT. Discuss whether CBDT can condo the delay. Answer is yes. CBDT ko ye power hai. It empowers the CBDT to authorize any income tax authority to admit an application for all this after the expiry to avoid genuine hardship. Okay, kuch hoga, internet trouble last day or next day, to he did. The claim for carry forward of losses is relatable claim, and therefore CBDT has got a power to condo the delay, and he will allow. The facts of the case are similar to cases of the Lodi properties case and all. If there is a loss up to 10 lakhs, you can approach the principal commissioner, and 10 to 50 lakhs principal chief commissioner, 50 lakhs के ऊपर loss है तो सीधा CBDT देखेगा. If you remember that, fine. Otherwise, just know this answer that yes, CBDT can give extra time. Would your answer be different if return contain a claim for carry forward of the loss is 48 lakhs? Yeah, then the lower authorities will guide. If the claim for carry forward of the business loss is 48 lakhs, then principal commissioner or the commissioner, CBDT will interfere only when the loss case is above 50 lakhs. Examine the correctness. ये exam में आ चुका है. The jurisdiction of AO cannot be objected by the SSC. Answer is yes. SSC cannot object the jurisdiction of AO. If you have already filed the return, assessment हो गया, बात खत्म. या best judgment का time हो गया. Or in raid cases and all, they have given you the notice. So where return has been filed within 1 month from the service of the notice, or where no return has been filed but the period is expired, or where search is initiated within 1 month from the date on which he was served, where the SSC calls in question the jurisdiction of the AO and the AO is not satisfied with such claim, he shall refer the matter for determination by the principal director. And therefore, in view of above provision statement that jurisdiction of the AO cannot be objected is not correct. So he can do so within the time limit, not afterwards. SSC can raise a question within the prescribed time limit, where a return has been filed within 1 month from the date of the service, or before the completion of assessment he can, or where no return has been filed. Why best judgment should not be made, or where search is initiated then 1 month from the end of the month in which notice is served. You know, search ke case mein, block assessment mein, they ask you to file the re-return. Where SSC calls in question jurisdiction of AO and the AO is not satisfied with such claim, he shall refer the matter back to the higher authorities. Therefore, in view of the above, the statement that jurisdiction of AO cannot be objected is not correct. They can object. They can object. Okay, right? So this was the left out topic, to be very frank. If I teach you income tax authorities right in the beginning, no, hierarchy जितना जरूरत था आपको पढ़ाया था, go and check your assessment procedure. Who are the income tax authorities? But now what are the power and cases? SSC का jurisdiction, income tax authorities का, वो सब initially not required. Now you will understand all because you have completed trust, you have completed assessment, filing of the return and all. So read the topic. If you have any doubt, ask me. Always there to support you for whatever knowledge I have given you over these classes. If you feel you have learned something, then make sure you spare 5 minutes time and I'm sending you Google form and it's already there in the app also. If not, I will add it. होगा तो सही. तो app में भी word file में एक link है Google form का. वो link से make sure you all spare time, 5 minutes. I've done a lot of improvement in my teaching over the years with feedback from your students. Some specific points which you liked or specific suggestions or specific things you felt, no, this was good or not good, whatever you want to comment, do send me a WhatsApp message also and do fill up the Google form. It will be very helpful. I've made my best to justify the topic where I required. I didn't care how many classes I'm taking. Non-resident transfer pricing, assessment procedure, trust, MAT में कितने classes किए कोई counting नहीं था. But when it is coming to these topics, just the crux you know and then leave it. So not even 2 hours are over and 2 topics we completed. Black money and income tax authorities. इतने ही कर लो, ये 2 question ही कर लो, and if it comes, you can score marks. Okay? So we will surely meet again for the mock test papers. But till that time, keep watching the videos. And if you feel this knowledge is really helpful, I feel I'm giving concept-based knowledge where I clear the concept orally, then I read and show you, and then I apply and solve the problems. And the quality of the problems are all like handpicked from the past exam, from the scanners and from all, so that you can get the best. And there are I have created my own questions also, Lipta and all. They're all own created so that you get to have all the varieties of the question. And of course, past exam, all the questions are covered up in my material, including questions I have covered up from the past mock test and RTPs also. So try to give my best till if you feel anything is required. And if you feel that some knowledge has gone to you, make sure, promise me, you will share this with your other friends. These videos and YouTube, those short videos which I'm putting to give you the gist knowledge, do share that. Okay? And for all those who are waiting for the amendments, by 15th of January, you will get all the amendment lectures also. And I'll be recording it live. That time also I'll message you so that you all can join. And amendment will also be covered with this. And for those who are writing in the next June, I'm planning to have a strategy of exams. But ऐसे नहीं कि exam में formality अभी लिखूंगा कल परसों. वो कल परसों we are all Hyderabadis. That definition doesn't come till years. If you are committed, okay, ma'am, this week I'll complete assessment procedure. Take 1 week's time for one topic. But I will write the exam on Sunday and send you the papers. I will correct and give you the papers. ठीक है? Right? So let us plan and work out so that you all get your degree and do super duper well in your life. All my blessings and wishes are with you. Thank you so much for having that trust in me that I will give you this best knowledge. Always there besides your side to support you, but in exam you have to do independently. तो अब ना थोड़ा लिख के करना भी शुरू कर दो. Last days में 3 hours paper you need to write. हाँ? ठीक है? Right. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.